take the map and drive the instructor inside the classroom and link it to the M step, then everything will move. You see it?
Ladies, third grade teachers, could you tell me, how do you think this professional development was for you today?
PD. It was productive. It was exciting. They will never leave Mr. Hurt's advising.
Because the schools that I've worked with, the teachers I've worked with, their scores just go through the roof, because what I do is I talk about practical stuff that's practical. Because I'm a former teacher and also I'm a principal, so I'm gonna be telling you guys things that I know will work in your classroom.
For booking, please visit shurt.schoolturn.
Good morning, Facebook friends. I'm in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, and I'll be doing my Facebook podcast this morning. I just want to show everybody where I'll be at. And this morning, we're going to talk about how to implement instructional rounds the right way. So I just want to show everybody I'm in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico, staying at a little resort. My wife's friend is celebrating his 50th birthday, so we're down here. But I'll be doing my podcast, and just want to show my Facebook and YouTube people and LinkedIn people something different. Yep, it is so nice outside. I heard the school turnaround principal, and I am excited regarding the work that I'm doing. This past year, I was able to work with many districts all over the world, and we are going to the next level. Certain districts have been able to increase the report card grade from an F to a B, from a D to an A, and also we have gotten a couple of schools off the CSI list. Now, my next stage is I want to take schools and make them become national blue ribbon schools. So once again, if you would like to go to that next level, hey, just inbox me, reach out to me, and we can make it work. I'm excited. This work I'm doing is blessing schools all over the world. So if you want to be that next national blue ribbon school, hey, reach out and let's go ahead and do the work. And also with that, I got 2 dynamic books that I have that schools are picking up as we speak, and man, these are blessing your school. One is on school transformation, and the other one is on for parents and teachers and principals to come together as one for student success. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This is Sean Hurt with your Saturday morning podcast. And you say, Hurt, you're in a different spot. You're not in your office at home. No, I am not. No, I am not. I am in Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. Puerto Vallarta in Mexico with my wife. We're celebrating one of our good friends' 50th birthday. So I'm outside enjoying the vibes. I don't want to be in my room and the lights is dim. So, hey, this is where I'm at, but the show must go on. The show must go on. So that's where I'm at. It is beautiful outside. It is nice. The weather is good, and I'm excited. But more importantly, I'm excited to bring this good information to you. Part 2, how to implement instructional rounds the right way. So I'm not as loud as I should be because, of course, I'm in a hotel, I'm outside, but I am enjoying myself in Mexico. I'm enjoying myself. So come on in, hit that share button. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute as I get everybody in. Come on in. Last week, we had a phenomenal time. Last week, we enjoyed ourselves. So I need to know who's coming in. Remember, you said, Hurt, I'm going to bring in a friend. You said it. You told me I'm bringing in friends. So good morning, Ms. Flowers. Good morning. Good morning, Dr. Jeter. Good morning, Mr. Bell. Mr. Bell from Benner Harbor and Dr. Jeter from Illinois. Good morning. Good morning, Ms. Flowers. Again, good morning, Ms. Flowers. Good morning. Good morning, Ms. September Daniels. Good morning, Ms. Williams. You know, yeah, safe travels. Enjoy. Well, I'm coming to you in a couple of days. Matter of fact, I'm flying out tomorrow and I'm heading to Oklahoma City. So I'll be coming in tomorrow in the evening. So I can't wait. I'm still working hard. I cannot wait. Come on in, hit that share button. I need to give me about 1 more minute as I get more people in. You say, Hurt, I want to be part of it. But sometimes, Hurt, I don't know where you're at. So I want to get all my friends in. I want to get all my all my buddies, all my good buddies and stuff like that, the ones that rock with me over the years. Okay, give me 1 second because I got all my yes, it is so nice outside. I tell you, God is good. It's so many places that I've been blessed to travel to see within the last couple of years doing this work, meeting so many just wonderful, wonderful people, so many beautiful individuals out there. Yes, yes. Give me 30 seconds because I got all my LinkedIn folks in. They say, "Hurt, we rock with you as well." And then also YouTube. Make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page and do all that good stuff for me. Let's make this pop. Let's make this big. Let's make this big. Let's make this podcast. We call ourselves Super Saturdays. Myself at 10, and then we got Creative Educate at 10:30. Then we got the GOAT, the Godfather, everyone's mentor, Principal Kafele at 11. And then we have Josh Tarver Sunday at 7 o'clock. All right. Give me about 10 more seconds. I want to make sure I get all of the folks in and all my people in. Yes, yes. All right. I think I'm about set. I got one more group to come on in. All right, I think I'm good. Let's go ahead and just rock and roll with it. Good morning, Dr. Houston. Good morning, anybody that turned in late. I'm in Puerto Vallarta. I've got to get my Spanish right. It's in Mexico. Let me say this. It's in Mexico. I'm on vacation. I would like to wish my good friend Sylvester Selvey a happy 50th birthday. We're out here celebrating, me and my wife and just a group of folks. But once again, I got to talk about education. Wherever I'm at, I'm still working. I'm still, want to feed the people. So today we're going to have part 2 on implementing instructional rounds the right way, how to implement instructional rounds the right way. So get that pencil, get that paper out, because it is so important. Like I said last week, you have schools. It's the end of October. This is what they're doing. We finished our fall testing, and now we're going to be looking at instruction. So there's schools all over the world that's implementing instructional rounds. And like I tell people, it is a right way and a wrong way to do it. It is a right way and a wrong way to do it. So before I get started, I always ask this question. And I want you to put it in the chat. Let's go ahead and put it in chat. What is keeping you up at night as an educator? What is keeping you up at night as an educator? For me, it changes week to week, topic to topic, experiences that I come into schools with. But I think the thing that's really keeping me up at night, and I'm going to talk about it, is implementing instructional rounds the right way. A lot of times we're doing it just to do it, and we're not doing it the right way. So that's what's keeping me up at night. Put it in the chat. What is keeping you up at night, as an educator? The other thing that's keeping me up at night as an educator, and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, I am pursuing, or I'm getting knowledge on how we can increase the SAT scores at the high school level. It is a way, and I talked about it, that kids can increase their scores to be able to get a 1200, a 1250. And those scores that you get on the SAT, 1200, 1250, 1130, they will allow you to be able to get scholarships to go to a good college along with the GPA. But what's taking place is that on the SAT scores, we're not scoring high enough. And it's not that we don't have the knowledge. It's not like the kids don't know it. But once again, we do not know what they're asking on the test. So 3 weeks ago, I took some time and I said, for math, these are the things that they're asking on the test. So those are the two things that's keeping me up at night. Now, I want everybody to put in the chat, what is keeping you up at night, as an educator? I see Brother Laws, good morning to you. What keeps me up at night is getting my bucket filled because I'm exhausted of emotional energy. I do agree with that. That's keep you up at night. One thing that I will say, Brother Laws, is that I told myself, you can only do what you can. You're not Superman. You're not God. So do what you can. And then and then the next day, keep on doing that work. Once again, when people see that you're doing the right thing, that you're trying to do what's good for students, it will be exhausting. You will get tired, but that's a good thing. That's a good feeling because you know that you're doing what's right for the students. A lot of times the people that's not emotionally tired and things of that nature because they're not doing nothing for students. They're just coming in, doing what they got to do, and they're leaving. But individuals like you, educators like you, top educators like you, you're pouring in. So consequently, yes, you do get tired. So that's why the weekend, you got to get re-energized by attending these podcasts. The other thing is that hang around people or your circle should be people with similar minds because birds of a feather flock together. So if you're trying to improve schools, you're trying to increase student achievement, you're trying to do all that, hang around people like that that's doing the same thing. A lot of times we will put ourselves around people who they don't have any goals, they don't have any achievements. They just want to punch the clock in and come home and collect that check every week or every 2 weeks. And then what's taking place, I don't know what I'm talking about, but they will suck the energy from you. They will suck the energy from you. How do you know, Mr. Hurt? Because I felt that way, but I will always get energized when I knew 3 or 4 other people, the Dr. Houstons, the Dr. Jeters, the Dr. Taylors, the Principal Cafele's, the Dr. Josh Tarvers. You know, if I know there's other people that's going down the right path, that same path, I'm feeling good. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Good morning, Mr. Green, my good friend, Mr. Green. Mr. Green, put in the chat for me. You know, that's another person, all the videos, all the things I do, Mr. Green does it. So put it in the chat because there might be a principal out there or assistant principal that would like for you to do videography. He does videography. He does senior pictures. He does just so many things dealing with that, and he's the best around. So you might be a principal. You might be starting up a business. You might be doing something to say, hey, I want to promote my business. I want to promote my school. I want to shoot a dynamic commercial. I want to show what's taking place. Mr. Green is the one. All right. So let's do some shout outs. This week I was blessed to work with Create and Educate, Dr. Houston, Dr. Taylor at Marion School District, just to support some of the principals. So I want to give a shout out to Dr. Taylor, Tammy Taylor, and Dr. Houston for allowing me just to be part of their team for a few hours, just to go for some data analysis, work with principals, and it was awesome. It was awesome. So I would like to thank you. My sisters in education, they are the best around. Along with that, we know we have a lot of work to do all over the world. It doesn't stop. We have a lot of work to do all over the world. So I just want to say thank you, ladies, so much. You bless me. Man, I was just thinking about that PD all day on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So thank you very much. So big shout out to them. Also on Monday, I'm in med school now, but I'll be flying out to Oklahoma City on tomorrow to spend a whole day with Principal Williams and that team. And guess what we're doing? We will be doing instructional rounds throughout the day. So I'll get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock, do instructional rounds. And then in the afternoon, I will be working with her staff, her leadership team, her APs on unpacking her fall NWA data. She got it back a couple of weeks ago. We're going to unpack it. We're going to put a plan of action in place. This is what we do. Put a plan of action in place for the next 9 to 12 weeks to address any type of instructional errors or anything like that is taking place. So we're going to put that in place so they have a roadmap to success. I'm going to say this again, a roadmap to success. If you have not done it, you have to do it. I don't care if you are a NWA school, iReady school, that's what we was working with in the Marion School District. You got to sit down and unpack it. If you don't know how to do it, that's when you inbox me. That's when you inbox Create and Educate, some of the ones that are experts in what we're doing. Does that sound good? Oh, Tina Page, good morning. She said, I love the session. See, I'm not making this up. We had a good time. I was versatile. Thank you, Tina Page. I love being there. Yes, Marion County in the building. I love being there. You guys are virtual. You guys I had a good time. I had an excellent time. I'm praying for the whole district. I really want those scores to improve. And what we did is that we looked at their state scores. We looked at their school report card. Same thing I talk about. We looked at their fall out rating and we put it together. We brought it together like a big pot of gumbo, and then we put a plan in place. We said, all right, this is what we got to do in order to move forward. And that's what we got to do. We have to share the knowledge. We have to be able to help out other people. That's why we are on this podcast, to share the knowledge. Where are you, my brother? Principal Gafele, I'm in Puerto Valencia, Mexico. Puerto Valencia, Mexico. That's where I'm at. Got here yesterday. My wife, friend named Sylvester Selvey, he's turning 50. So that's my wife's friend, and the couples are down here. So we're just enjoying it. I'm a firm believer in celebrating people's birthday. I love people. I love everybody on my podcast. So whenever someone has a birthday or something, we try to go. So we traveled in yesterday. It was excellent. So I try to share people because, man, we have to love on everybody. We have to love on everybody. I love everybody on here. I love Principal Fele. I love Dr. Taylor, Dr. Houston. I love Jasmine Harris. I'm just naming names. September. I love Anthony Green. I love Dr. Jeter. Everybody, I love it. I think about you. So whenever you have birthdays or celebrations, let me know. And I might not be able to get there, but I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna say congratulations to you. If I can get there, I want to celebrate with you. So that's how I am. Before I leave this earth, I want to let everybody know how much I care about them, how much I appreciate them. So that's why I'm at Principal Fele. And I was talking about you. We have the goat in the house. We have the goat in the house. So let's go jump in it. We're going to talk about doing instructional rounds the right way. This is part 2. Last week we did part 1. Now we're doing part 2. Part 2. Can everybody see me and hear me? I think I'm good. So I'm going to go over what we talked about last week. You still got that time to hit that share button, and I'm going to go slow, like Luther Vandross. Or if you're not a Luther Vandross fan, I'm going to go slow like Anita Baker. I'm going to go slow like Anita Baker or Luther Vandross. So we're going to define what instructional rounds is, okay? Instructional rounds are structured practices for educators to work together to improve instruction. They are structured. It's not, we don't just say, hey, we're going to do instructional rounds this morning. No, they're structured practices for educators to work together, not as separate, not by yourselves, not with an agenda, but work together to improve. The object is to improve instructional rounds. The object is not to say Mr. or Mrs. Potato Plant is terrible, let's get them out of here. The object is not to say, oh, look at Mr. So-and-so, his room his instruction is great. That is not the object. That is not the object. It is to improve instruction. You could be a great educator, but there's always room for improvement, okay? During instructional rounds, group of educators come together to observe in another's classroom to develop an understanding of what high quality instruction looks like. So what I said last week is that if I have 8 people in my instructional rounds, you should have no more than 3 people in the classroom at one time. All 8 people should not go in there. That means 3 might go in this class, 3 might go into another class, and 2 will go inside of another class. So that's how the instructional rounds should take place. So now, for the sake of time, I'm going to go over the 6 steps to implement instructional rounds. Last week, I talked about 4 of them, so I'm not going to talk about the 4. I'm just going to go ahead and give you the title, and the last 2 to 3, I'm going to talk about. So the first one is you begin team facilitator prep orientation. You set it up. You begin the team to facilitate the orientation. Number 2, you conduct a team debriefing. Good morning to you, boss educator. Much love to you. You're doing some good work out there. Thank you very much for tuning in. Doing some good work. If y'all don't know about the boss educator, she out there doing some good work. I follow her. You're doing some good work. Number 3, begin data collection. That's number 3, begin data collection. So we're going to go to number 4, and I'm going to go ahead and just talk about it, highlight it. Number 4, debrief following the learning walk. Debrief following the learning walk. So now We've done our learning walk. We started at 9 o'clock. We're finishing up at 3. Now we're going to debrief. Mr. Hurt, what does that look like? What does that look like? Remember, we got to do it the right way. So you first get everybody in the room and you begin discussing the positive practices that you observe during the learning walk. You begin to discuss the positive practices that you observe, what you saw during the learning walk, the positive practices. During this time, you do not name teachers. You do not say, hey, in Ms. Smith's class, this is what I saw. Do not name any teachers. You discuss all 20 classrooms as a whole. These are the things that I saw in the 20 classrooms. First thing, so you start with the positive first. And then from there, you move over to the things that you saw that needed some support. What did I see that needed some support and instruction? We do not name teachers at all, okay? And also during the debriefing, so you go positive, things that need support, we're not naming teachers. And the last thing that I want to put it down, I need everybody to put it down. Only focus on instruction. Do not, principal, coach, assistant superintendent, put your opinions on how you feel about that person. We're not putting our opinions on what happened last year. Well, I don't like Mr. Hurt because during our potluck, he didn't bring in that apple pie that they said he was going to bring in during the potluck at the end of the year. We had a potluck and he didn't bring in the apple pie. So now during this instructional walks, I'm gonna mark him down because I don't like Mr. Hurt. I don't like Dr. Houston because every time I see her, she's smiling and all peppy. And I don't like Dr. Houston. So now my emotions is tied in. So now I'm bringing in my feelings to the well. Hurt. How do you stop from bringing in feelings to a debriefing? How you stop it is that you do noticings and wonderings. Oh yes, I am talking good. Noticings and wonderings. This is what I noticed during my 20 minutes inside of the classroom with the rubric. Do not bring in feelings. Principal Kafeli, he didn't bring me no donuts last week, so he don't like me. He only brought donuts in for the 8th grade teachers. He forgot about the 6th grade teachers. So forget Principal Kafeli. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark him down because he didn't bring in glazed donuts from Tim Hortons. Once again, you say, "Her, you over there cracking jokes." No, I'm not. I am so serious. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've seen teams that will bring in their emotions, bring in their feelings, and they're not bringing they are not focusing on the instruction. I'm gonna stop right there. Oh, you guys are commenting big time. I know this is a powerful topic. Let me get some water. Number 4, debrief following the learning walk. Positives, things we got to work on. Do not name teachers and do not bring in your opinions. Only focus on instruction. Dr. Houston say, keep the main thing the main thing. Yes. We have the boss educator. Yes. Ask myself, what does it have to do with teaching and learning? Yes. See, these are the gurus. This is not just Sean Hurt. We learning from everybody. Go ahead and put it inside of we got the boss educator. We got Dr. Houston. We got Principal Kafeli. These are gurus. We learn from everybody. We learn. This is called a professional learning community with the top educators in the world. And where are you going to get this for free? You got all of the top educators putting things in the chat, talking about their experience. We have over hundreds of years of experience on this chat. We have over 500 degrees. We have people that have turned around schools, worked with teachers, worked with principal, superintendent on this chat. That's why you need to be on here. That's why we do what we do. All right. I love it. The next one, number 5, conduct analysis and reflect on your findings. Conduct analysis and reflect on your findings. We're not doing this just to do it. We're going to reflect. We're going to think about it. So how do you reflect? You review the collected data and pinpoint the course of instructional challenge. So you collect the data from all 8 of us. We debriefed. Now from here, we go ahead and pinpoint what is the instructional challenge that's taking place at our school or in our district. We don't just say we did it to do it, to go ahead and check it off. No, we say, all right, what is the challenge that we're going to do in order to improve our school? And then from there, what we do, this is the last one, we find the challenge. We find that these are the 2 or 3 things that we need to work on. We need to work on engagement. We need to work on teacher movement in the classroom, and we need to work on differentiated instruction. Let's go with those 3 right there. So those are the 3 things that we need to work on, okay? So we just don't keep it among ourselves. We present it in front of our 30 teachers. Based on instructional rounds, these are the positive things that we're doing. Boom, 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 boom. But also teachers, these are the things for the remainder of the year that we're going to be working on. We're going to really highlight, we're going to talk about it. We're not going to just do it one time, but it's going to be a clear focus on the things that we need to work on. And the last thing is we're going to decide how to move forward for the rest of the year on our area of focus, or the things we need to work on. But I like to use the term area of focus. This is the area of focus that we're going to work on for the remainder of the year. And this is how we're going to move forward. Now, this is the part that you got to do. As you decide to move forward, you must bring in, or you must give professional development in those areas. That could be after school during your meetings. That could be having 4 or 5 teachers doing it, work on it. That can be bringing in somebody into your school, but you must give them training. You must give them training. Now, I am telling you, do not give them a list of 7 or 8. That's not good. Shrink the list down to 2 or 3 things and say, teachers, for the next 12 weeks, 15 weeks, we're going to focus on these 2 or 3 things. And what's going to take place is this. If you focus on the 2 or 3 things, engagement, differentiated instruction, let's go with those 2, just real simple. Then everything else will improve in your school. If the kids are engaged, the behavior will get better. If the kids are engaged, they will learn the instruction. Oh, I heard that's so simple. Yes, it's very simple. But if I just work on engagement, we're good. If the kids are engaged, your test scores will improve. If the kids are engaged, talk to me, Mr. Hurt. The parents will support your school. If the kids are engaged, Mr. Hurt, that means your superintendent will say, man, this school is moving in the right direction. If the kids are engaged, Mr. Hurt, at the end of the year, your SAT scores will get better. If the kids are engaged, Mr. Hurt, that means that iReady NWA star scores will get better. If the kids are engaged, Mr. Hurt, that means South Carolina state scores will get better. North Carolina end of the year state scores will get better. Ohio, Ben Harbor, I'm naming names if they're engaged. Okay, if I do differentiated instruction, Mr. Hurt, what does that do for me? That means I'm reaching different levels in the classroom. So now when I'm just not only teaching to the middle, I'm teaching some of my lower end kids, also my higher end kids. When I do differentiated instruction, when those parapros or support people come in the classroom, I'm giving them a group to work with. If I'm teaching differentiated instruction, I can talk to parents and say, you know what, mom and dad, we are working on this for your child. We're not just doing whole group instruction. We're breaking them down in small learning communities to be able to move forward. So what I'm saying is this, is that instead of trying to do 25 things, let's do 2 things. Is going to impact the other 23 things. So I'm gonna stop right there. It's 10:28. So I would like to say thank you very much for tuning in. Like, once again, I'm in Mexico, I'm outside, something different, but I appreciate that. But before we get off, I need you to do 3 things for me. First, at 10:30, make sure everybody goes support my good friends, Dr. Houston and Tammy Taylor and Create and Educate. That's the first thing. Please do that. Second thing is that please subscribe to my YouTube page. I have a plethora of videos like this, information that will bless you and your staff. That's number two. Number three is that if you would like for me to come into your school to work with you, like I said, I'm going to be in OKC on Monday. You know, I'm just everywhere. Just inbox me and we can make it work. It is not too late. Do not wait to the end of the year. That bothers me. Let's start now. Just inbox me. We'll go to jump on a virtual. We'll sit down, talk about it, and move forward. So once again, thank you very much. I love everybody in here. Let's have a good week. Let's have a blessed week. Next week, let's bring a friend. Thank you very much. May God bless you. If no one have told you this, if no one have told you that they love you, I'm going to tell you, I love everybody on my podcast with the love of God. I thank you for just taking time just to support me in what I'm doing. Thank you. May God bless you. See you next week.